Hey DOT community, this is Zalon coming at you with another DOT video. And in this video, I've been requested to make a new player video from a bunch of different subscribers over probably the past couple months, and I really want to put something together so that I have a new updated top 10 tips for new players so that you can progress in the game and not make as many mistakes and enjoy the game a lot more. So some of these things I didn't do, some of them I did during my progression, and I am now at Castle 18. I still have a long ways to go myself, but these tips are oriented towards Castle 1 through 10, mostly, and some of them for afterwards when you're starting to reach towards 15 and onward. Um, but one of the first tips, which of course is what I would consider the no brainer that you got to do every day. You know, do your dailies, all for your dailies. Well, three actual dailies that do change. Not every day are they the same, but for the most part, a lot of times they're always going to include claiming neutral lands, which is always good. Because you should always be getting those extra bonus rewards on those neutral lands when you do collect them. Raid cities and build units. That's just helping you out too in just playing the game. So it's not that hard to do these dailies. Plus, at the very end here, this one, the 200, is oriented based on how many gems you get in this to complete all your daily quests is based on your castle level. So mine right now is at 200 for Castle 18. I know it is lower for the lower level castles. So as you do progress, it does get better. Besides from that, though, too, I do want to make another quick note with this first tip. Do make sure you do any of your actual castle quests that you possibly can. They also can help you out in getting a lot of gems earlier in the game because there is plenty of them. Every level of your castle, you will always get new castle quests. So making sure that they get completed is also very helpful in getting more gems. Um, Tip number two, and this has to do with Titans. Um, so with the in the beginning of the game, having a four-star Titan is not exactly the most feasible thing most of the time, especially at lower castle levels. So what you really want to concentrate on is making sure that you can get a three-star Titan and max that three-star Titan out. I did not do that. I invested into a four-star Titan very early and found myself kind of stagnant for a little while until that four-star Titan got into a higher level to actually be competitive. So a three-star Titan for beginning players is an excellent idea to max out to level 50. And my recommendations next in tip number three are going to be the best Titan classes. For defense, we're going to do that first. Best Titan classes for defense for lower level players are going to be the Guardian Titans. These guys are all defense oriented skills for troops, so that makes them very good defenders for any lands or even for your castle itself. So, Guardian Titans are good. Also for defense. And also we have the Ranger Titans for defense. You can use them as well. And they have a mix of skills of attack and defense for the troops. So they also can be very helpful in defense situations for being a lower level castle. Um, we also have the Berserkers. These Titans also are excellent defenders for castles and for lands. They have skills that buff troops with all offense, which is awesome, which makes your troops very powerful. So even if the defending Titan isn't that high level, if you have your troops at a decent level, when I say that, for lower level castles, we're talking like as long as your troops are as high as they can be as you're progressing, These Titans can be very helpful with their skills unlocked, especially at the second and third levels, as you're trying to max out a good Titan defender for your castle. Also, we do have the fourth and last good defending Titan, and that would be the Paladins. They have all Titan defensive skills, so they don't buff the troops, so they become super powerhouses, the Titans themselves. So this is definitely very good for beginning players, being that a lot of times your troops may not be in the highest levels they possibly can be. So definitely Paladins are really good defenders for lower level castles. Now we'll do the attack Titans for lower level castles. Um, this would be, we're going to go with, you can, of course, the first and obvious one is going to be the Rangers. They're excellent attackers, being that, like I said before, they share offensive and defensive skills to troops. So, with that said, they can be excellent attackers, being that the troops will be buffed, but also with their range, they also are amazing attackers and able to, you can select who you want them to attack, and as long as you use shield and fear spells properly to make sure that they don't get attacked by like melee, they will do just fine. Besides from that, another great attacking Titan is the champions for lower level castles. Now, it does depend on a couple things with the champions. They need to have the correct skills to make them very effective. They are slow, but if you have good skills, and I will show this Ayaka off, who I just got recently. This is a 4-star, but the skills are all the same for the champion Titans, like the pool of skills that they can get, and that they are also offensive and defensive skills for the Titan. But if you get proper, armor and critical and stuff like that, and a good defense and a good resistance like the ice here, you can put other resistance type relics and or attack buff relics onto those champions, and they can be very effective attackers in the lower levels. Also, too, let's see. Oh, I had the third one here. Also, is infiltrators. Infiltrators do get a bad rap a lot in the game, but for a beginning level character or player, I would recommend, if you do get one and you are looking for a good attacking Titan that is super fast, I think the infiltrators are very good and effective for lower level castles, especially because of their all attack based skills. So here, like a 3-star Noctis, he's got Titan critical, ice damage, armor piercing, and ice damage again. So a lot of damage. So with the right relics, can be very effective. And the right relics would be possibly some more offensive. Or also, if you want, you can also throw some defensive ones on there as well if you have some really good 3-star or 4-star defensive relics. Oh, well, 3-star. I don't want to say 4-star because they are hard to get for beginning players if you don't do events. You got to make sure you do your events too. All right, so number 5, always be upgrading your troops. So in this case, go to your armory and always make sure that there's at least a troop being upgraded at all times. If you don't do that enough and you do let that go for long periods of time, you will find yourself, even though your Titans may be getting stronger, it doesn't matter because troops really make a difference on the battlefield when it comes down to making you almost win or definitely lose. It's a big thing to make sure that they're always being upgraded. Number 6, don't go to the next castle level, because a lot of times you could just go to the next castle level if you meet certain 2 requirements. But I'll tell you what, you should definitely upgrade everything that you possibly have in your castle first. So I would say, even, I mean, sometimes the gold and farms can be let go, but everything else in the castle should be upgraded before you go to the next castle level. It's just the best way to level up your castle, and I wouldn't recommend it any other way. Let's see. We also have the next tip, number 7, is going to be always fuse same class Titans into same class Titans for the Titan XP bonus. I only really fuse my Titans during fusion events, which periodically happen. I would say every month to 2 months in the game, there's a Titan fusion event where you get double XP for fusing during that time. But otherwise, I do this during that time and any other time that sometimes there's a daily quest that comes up that says fuse a Titan. I still do class to class. So in that case, it would be if you choose I choose Wulfric here. To fuse for him, I would pick other Guardian Titans, just like Wulfric. And when you do that, it gives you more experience. As you see here, he goes right to level 2 and maybe almost more than a third. But if I would select a different type of Titan, 1-star, only just to level 2 and nothing past. So it does make a difference if you do fuse same class to class and get more experience for that to make it worth the fusion. Number 8, find a good alliance for events and to grow. I am, of course, in Non-Toxic organization. We have multiple alliances for all different purposes, and the main Non-Toxic team does major events and also does any kind of we also fight for the highest rank possible in regular season rewards as well. But we do have other alliances that have a little lower requirements and also based on time of how much you can play. But because if you can't play a lot, you won't be able to meet requirements. So, but finding a good alliance is definitely important. You definitely want to make sure that everyone in your alliance is active. If not, I mean, sometimes if it's based on good rewards, you'll see there's always lots of people jumping around for good rewards. But I typically have always liked to stay in the same alliance group. I have a lot of good friends here, and being able to do that, you will notice the chat is always at 99 plus over there to the left because everyone is very active either in-game chat or we also use an out-of-game chat to discuss strategies. So a lot of good alliances also use out-of-game chats such as Line, or in the non-toxic alliances we use Band. So that is a definitely plus if you do find a good alliance. Number 9, save gems for events. And you can see in the top right here, I have 11,000 gems right now. And those gems are being saved for the next event that comes along. So I make sure I do my dailies to get as many gems as I can from my dailies every day. I also save up because I also you do get tokens and stuff like that from events. As you can see here, I have a relic token and some Titan epic tokens and stuff like that. I save pretty much everything I can for either the events or if I get things from events, such as like what you saw there, some of the tokens, I wait for special events to use those in. So if some people don't have patience for saving, but it is the best way to be able to get 4-star Titans, either winning them or grinding for them in the individual rewards or getting them as an alliance reward for your alliance getting, and these are specifically on soul events. So there's, but other than that, I mean, I do not recommend just blindly just spending tons and tons of gems in these Titan altars, just hoping and praying you're going to get a 4-star. That's the chances for that is actually fairly low. So, like I said, I would save your gems, use it for events, and you will get plenty of more of an opportunity to get a 4-star Titan. And number 10. Use troop buffing 1-star Titans to defend lands until you have the 3-star, 4-star defenders. So what I mean by that, now I don't think I have any real lands right now because of the most recent event. But when you have Titans around the outside on your lands defending, you may not have a lot of high-level Titans. You can use 1-star Titans, and here I'll jump to them real quick. Not my troops. if you go to some of your 1-star troop buffing titans, and that is the troop buffing titans are going to be the berserkers, and also to the oh, not I'm sorry, not the berserkers, is going to be the guardians, and going to be the where's he at? Guardian Titans, yeah. Guardian Titans do the defense for the troops, but also because you can take these 1-stars and you can actually, if they have good skills to buff the troops, and of course the ones you're looking for is usually the damage, and that is going to be found on the berserkers and the kairoses. So defensive troop buffing titans aren't as effective as using offensive troop buffing titans, because what they do is they raise the number of the defense a lot higher, but also it is a lot harder to take down a Kairos, even if he's a level 1 with really, really, really good troops on. So using them as a defense on your lands is an effective way to have a higher level defense around your lands at a lower castle level. And my bonus tip at the very end is don't forget to have fun. This game is amazing. It's awesome. It looks great, and I have a lot of fun playing it on a regular basis. So, all right. Well, if you are a beginning player and you have any questions and I haven't answered them, or in this 10-tip video, or if you think there is another tip that I should add in here that you experienced along your way, and you're not a beginning player and you just watch the video because you like my videos, please add it in the bottom, because I know a lot of beginning players will come here and be looking for more information. So it's always very helpful. Community's great in this game, so it is awesome. All right, DOT community, thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys all again very soon.